Young and the Restless spoilers, February 4th. Nikki thinks Victor went too far. Genoa City, February 4th. For over 4 decades, the marriage of Victor and Nikki Newman has been the bedrock of the young and the restless. An epic saga of power, betrayal, forgiveness, and undying, if deeply complicated, love. It's been a volcano, dormant at times, violently erupting at others, but always, always, a single, formidable landmass. The cause, not a rival corporation, a long-lost child, or a sinister plot, but a fundamental, unforgivable breach in the Newmans' own twisted code. Nikki Newman, the resilient survivor, the recovered alcoholic, the woman who has stood by the mustache through every ruthless scheme, has finally reached her limit. Her verdict: Victor has gone too far. The incident sparking this marital apocalypse stems from the ongoing, high-stakes battle for control of Newman Enterprises and the fragile future of their grandson, Harrison. Victor, ever the chess master, executed a move he deemed necessary, a ruthless, clandestine manipulation of the situation involving Claire Grace and the Abbott family. Details remain under wraps, but sources indicate Victor's strategy wasn't just corporate hardball. It was a deeply personal exploitation of family trauma, using psychological wounds as tactical weapons. He didn't just cross a line. He obliterated it, believing the ends, securing the Newman dynasty, justified any means. This isn't the old Victor being Victor, reveals an insider close to the production. Nikki has weathered those storms. She's been his partner in darkness more times than she'd care to admit. But this struck at the heart of who they've tried to become in their later years. It targeted recovery. It weaponized the very concept of family healing that Nikki has fought for, especially with Victoria. Victor saw a chessboard. Nikki saw a trauma ward. The spoilers for February 4th promise a confrontation of staggering intensity. It will not be the classic shouting match of their youth, filled with thrown crystal and accusations of infidelity. This is predicted to be something colder, more devastating. A quiet, seething fury from Nikki, her disappointment so profound it sucks the air from the room. Melody Thomas Scott, as Nikki, is said to deliver a masterclass in nuanced agony, the pain of a woman realizing the man she loves is incapable of ceasing to be a weapon, even at the cost of their own family's soul. Victor, played by the indomitable Eric Braeden, will likely stand firm in his justification. From his perspective, sentimentality is a luxury that loses wars. He will argue that every move was made to protect their empire and their bloodline from the chaos sown by Jordan and the instability of Kyle Abbott. He will not see a moral failing. He will see strategic genius. This clash of paradigms, Nikki's hard-won ethos of protection versus Victor's eternal doctrine of preemptive annihilation, creates a chasm no simple apology can bridge. The ripple effect: a family fractured. The implications of this schism are tectonic. Victoria, already caught between her father's will and her own maternal instincts, will be forced to choose sides. Will she align with her father's brutal efficacy or her mother's moral stance? This could redefine the Vicky we know, pushing her toward an unexpected alliance with Nikki, forming a maternal front against Victor's tyranny. Nick and Adam, the perennial sons in the shadow of the patriarch, will watch this unfold with a grim, familiar resonance. For Nick, it may rekindle his lifelong struggle with his father's methods. For Adam, it might present a twisted opportunity to side with Nikki, not out of virtue, but as the ultimate move against Victor. The Newman brothers could find themselves on the same side for once, not out of brotherly love, but out of shared horror at their father's latest act. And what of the Abbott mansion? Jack Abbott will undoubtedly seize on this vulnerability, not just in business, but as a point of personal vindication. He has long argued that Victor's poison infects everything it touches. To see Nikki finally acknowledge it is a somber victory. Kyle, drowning in his own battles for Harrison, may find an unlikely and wary ally in a disillusioned Nikki. A creative renaissance for the iconic couple? This storyline represents a daring and necessary creative risk. The danger of long-term supercouples is stasis. The breakup-to-makeup cycle can become predictable. But Victor Goes Too Far isn't about an affair or a business betrayal. It's an existential crisis for the partnership itself. It asks, can love survive when one partner's core operating system is fundamentally at odds with the other's soul? This conflict promises to strip both characters down to their rawest essences. Without the shield of their united front, who are they? Nikki, without Victor as her anchor, however stormy, must rediscover her own power, not as Mrs. Victor Newman, but as Nikki Reed Newman, standalone force. Victor, facing the loss of his one true constant, the one person who has always come back, may be forced to confront his own emptiness. Is the empire worth it if the queen has abdicated? The writing team, led by head writer Josh Griffith, is clearly leveraging the show's deep history. This isn't a plot for new viewers, it's a payoff for decades of investment. It draws on the memory of Nikki's struggles with addiction, her fragility, and her immense strength. It references every time Victor's machinations hurt his children, with Nikki as the healing buffer. Now, that buffer is gone. As we head into February 4th and beyond, Genoa City holds its breath. The Newman Ranch, once a symbol of impenetrable power, is now the ground zero of a Cold War. The spoilers suggest not a quick reconciliation, but a protracted, painful separation of spheres. Business, family, and loyalty will be redistributed in a shocking new world order. The ultimate question hanging over Genoa City is no longer who will win Newman Enterprises. It is, can the great love story of Victor and Nikki Newman actually die? And if it does, what monsters, or heroes, will rise from its ashes? One thing is certain, the earthquake has begun, and the landscape of the young and the restless will be forever changed.